Good morning and welcome to Frontiers of Knowledge segment of Dr.Lamba's Awakening Call. Well, the theory of evolution says that we have evolved from chimpanzee, so the missing link is there. But have we really evolved from chimpanzees? The latest information from West Africa shows that chimpanzees are better than us in some aspects, at least in one aspect. In the forest across West Africa, the scientists have caught grown male chimpanzees indulging in a very strange behavior. And the behavior is that they are creating rock music. Amazed. They don't have the instruments to create rock music, so what do they do? They pick up a rock, they throw the stone at the tree and run away. And at popular trees, small piles of the rocks build up. And there's a longer lasting sound when these stones struck the tree. It's a means of communication for them, the sound created. But according to Max Planck Institute of Evolutionary Anthropology scientist Amy Cullen, they said this is a strange behavior. They drum on the buttress of the trees to communicate their whereabouts to the other people. But they also create music. And the vibrations of the music that create are really great. Amy Cullen reached two groups of scientists in France who study perception, sound perception and acoustics, and experimented. And they saw that by throwing rocks at 13 different kinds of trees, different music was produced, and it was as good as any rock music that you might have heard. Are you amazed? So they have not only been able to communicate with each other by the sound vibrations which are created by striking at the trees, but they also create music. The recordings of that music have been made, and the researchers analyzed how percussive the noise was, how bright and muted it sounded, how long it took to fade away. And their favorite trees to throw rocks at are with a longer lasting sound like triple tree. The researchers have found 4 groups of chimpanzees which indulge in this behavior. Now, there's something strange. As rock bands are not everybody's cup of tea, only those lovers of rock music can create and appreciate rock music. Similarly, not all chimpanzees can create music by throwing rocks or by beating the trees. They don't only throw rocks, they take away the branches, break them, and beat the trees as you beat the drum. And that's rock music. These chimps are basically in Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Liberia, and Ivory Coast. Nowhere else. Only in these 4 countries, these 4 groups of chimpanzees create rock music. And one of the zoologists, Andrew Whitten, at the University of St. Andrews in the United Kingdom, says that he is thinking of going there, recording it, and selling the music in the market. Whether he'll be able to do so or not, something different. But one thing is sure, chimpanzees, at least some of them, have great ability to create music by striking the trees. And they select the trees. I said that Trukulia tree is a favorite tree of theirs, which creates great percussion sound. So the human beings may not only be a step ahead of chimpanzees, quite possible the chimpanzees may be a step ahead of the human beings. And then wonders never cease. And I don't talk of the miracles, I talk of the wonders of the science. We know that the treatment of cancer is by radiation. The biggest problem in the radiation is that during radiation, the healthy cells become unfortunate collateral damage. While the radiation kills the cancerous cells, the tumor cells, it also kills the healthy cells as they are exposed to radiation. So, what they have done now, the scientists, they have evolved flash radiotherapy. And according to Pennsylvania University scientists, they are changing the fundamental particles of radiation to create flash radiotherapy. And that is that weeks of radiation is reduced to 1 second of radiation. Just in a second, a few weeks radiation is delivered and no new equipment is required, the same equipment. So the hospitals don't have to invest more. But the weeks and weeks of the people going for radiation, coming back exhausted, that is over. You there, one flash, 1 second, and out you come. And this flash therapy hits only the unhealthy cells, not the healthy cells. So the collateral damage to the healthy cells is avoided. The weakness is avoided. The exhaustion is avoided. The damage to the immune system is avoided. And this development of flash treatment, condensing weeks and weeks into 1 second in Pennsylvania University is great. So the treatment is the same. The treatment has been concentrated and made more effective. What they have done is they have used protons, and these linear accelerators, which are already in use in hospitals, are adapted to produce these particles. Since they pass deeper in the body, they can be more useful against a wider range of tumor types. Till now, radiation was for all, but radiotherapy was only for the skin cancer. Now the same radiotherapy would be for practically all types of cancer, because it will be able to penetrate deep into the body, bypassing the healthy cells. And just in 1 second, you come back. Much better. The same result as weeks and weeks of radiation and radiotherapy. That is something good. And then we say, sometimes these doomsday scientists terrify. And I have started taking their statements, whether it's a climate change, whether it's global warming, not with a pinch of salt, but with a kilogram of salt. They say the species are ending. That's absolutely bullshit. Do you know that in the last 30 years, 160 new species of the animals and the birds have been discovered? 160. And only last year, 10 new species and some species of the birds were found. And they're all songbirds. We used to call cuckoo and the nightingale the songbird. And we normally say, well, they are not visible, we don't hear their music. But 10 new species have been found. This is in Slavi, coast of Slavi in Africa. And all of them have distinct songs and genetics, absolutely different. And they are, as I said, 10 of new species and 10 are subspecies. Pelang, Fantail, Tongian, jungle flycatcher, Sula mountain. And yet we say that the species are dying out. You see, what is really happening is that more and more species are evolving. Some species will die out, and then change, as I said, is the law of nature. You know that dinosaurs died out, but that was not the end of the world. So some species die out, and new species come up. And if the better species come up, that's what we have seen. There used to be a couple of songbirds, and now 10 new species of songbird. Isn't that something? That is what is nature's doing. And there are no more words, new wonders in the word Horatio than are dreamed of in your philosophy. But they are not philosophy, but a science. And now, another thing. Most of the people suffer from sleep apnea. It's a common disease. In America alone, $100 billion is spent each year on diagnosis and treatments of sleep apnea. And the healthcare cost is $150 billion a year. Only in America. 30 million people in America suffer from this. Worldwide, it goes into billions. And the study has been done. And it's a great study. There's not such a expensive treatment. It has been done by Dr. Raj Das Gupta, a sleep specialist at the University of South California. And he has come up with a result which is also approved and corroborated by Dr. Richard Schwab of Penn Medicine Sleep University. And the Penn University and South California University, Dr. Raj Das Gupta, they have come to the same conclusion. They say the fat in your tongue is the cause of sleep apnea. So you reduce the fat and your sleep will become much better. The fat in the tongue is the reason for you to snore, choke, gasp, and stop breathing, especially during night, ruining your sleep and potentially your health. So reduce fat. And according to Dr. Richard Schwab, if you can remove the fat from the tongue, you improve your sleep apnea. It's as simple as that. And how to do it? They say is a fatty tongue is a part of the body fat. If you reduce body fat, it becomes leaner body. The fat content of your tongue would automatically be trimmed down and you would not suffer. And as that tongue fat is lost, your sleep apnea improves. And look at the saving. Billions of dollars. Apart from health, that, other things. And now, before we wind up today, nature comes to our aid every time. Are you aware that the plants, of course we are aware that they convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. So taking a cue from that, from photosynthesis, the scientists have harnessed the energy of the sun to generate chemical fuel. So now they are converting carbon dioxide to fuel. The team has come closer to this goal and they use a light, the same light which the plants use to produce chlorophyll, photosynthesis. So they convert carbon dioxide into methane. And methane is the primary component of the natural gas. So simple. Use photosynthesis technique, convert carbon dioxide to methane, and burn it as a natural gas. And this is free. It's an exciting advance according to Professor Sargent and nowhere but in the University of Toronto they have done it. The advantage is that methane is easy to store, distribute, and utilize. All that structure is already there. It has been, and it will surpass coal as a primary source of fuel in the United States now. When burned, the methane breaks apart from carbon dioxide and water, releases heat, and that is used to generate energy. So producing methane using sunlight makes this process practically free of cost. And that is a major, major progress. So these quantum jumps in knowledge are really, really so full of hope that all those darn and damn naysayers should believe that doomsday, the fear of the doomsday, we shouldn't be worried about it. Nature will come, the mother nature as they call it, to the aid of humanity as it always does. Old orders changing, yielding place to new. And how wondrous the knowledge, the universe of knowledge is. That's what we are. And next, we meet next week. Thank you.